A nation that takes pride in the development of its youth is a nation that is worth dying for. Hello, lovely people. You're welcome to yet another wonderful edition of your favorite program, Environmental Lens. My name is Pico Shanti, and I present to you nothing but greatness. In our headlines today, Asiedu Nketia brings humor to Supreme Court at election petition hearing. Police investigates death of Halfasni commander. And then, clinic belonging to doctor involved in baby harvesting syndicate shut down. GMA, that is Ghana Medical Association, threatens strike if government doesn't ban public gathering. And then we'll give you some coronavirus updates locally and also internationally. In sports, Hearts of Oak suffers a 2-0 defeat from Great Olympics at the Ohenijan Sports Stadium yesterday, 30th of January 2021. Thomas Partey, Ghana's midfielder, who also is Arsenal's midfielder, confesses that his game, the last game against Manchester United, wasn't his best. And then we'll also give you some entertainment tidbits. Shatta Wale, Ghana's iconic dancehall artist, has fired against the president of Ghana, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, saying, "If you appoint Marco Kweku Mante, I will campaign against your party." We'll also bring you some wonderful exclusives right from Face TV News that you can't afford to miss. So just stick and stay as we roll out the whole action right here. Keep watching. And now to the details. Asiedu Nketia brings humor to Supreme Court at election petition hearing. Friday, January 29, 2021, witnessed amidst the heat some moments of laughter in the Supreme Court when witness for the petitioner, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, took his stand in a cross-examination exercise. Mr. Nketia was one of two witnesses presented by John Dramani Mahama in the election petition hearing. Mr. Nketia was one of two witnesses presented by John Dramani Mahama in the election petition hearing, contesting the performance of the Electoral Commission, who is the first respondent in the December 7, 2020 polls, and the declaration of a win for President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who is the second respondent. After presenting his witness statement to the court on Thursday, January 28, 2021, the court proceeded with the cross-examination exercise where lawyers of the first and second respondents took turns investigating the statements as presented. It was a rather interesting period as Asiedu Nketia didn't fail to dish out some humor amidst the tension. The General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, requested a calculator to enable him add figures to make his case while being cross-examined by lawyer for the first respondent. Lawyer Justin Amenuvo had raised questions about miscalculations of figures as far as total valid votes presented by the petitioner were concerned. He argued that the total valid votes as captured on all forms signed by their agents will amount to 1,196,751 and not 1,236,940 as written on the form. To this, Mr. Nketia, who admitted that he could not readily remember the total figures, requested that he gets the chance to add the figures again. He was presented a calculator by the first respondent's lawyer, after which he began his calculations. Halfway through, he paused and said, "It appears your calculator is not," laughed, and continued. This entire scenario sparked brief laughter in the courtroom. Mr. Nketia was again asked questions regarding an analysis presented by the petitioner to the effect that the first respondent was inaccurate with figures regarding the Techiman South results, leading to an inaccurate declaration. Lawyer Amenuva puts it to the witness that the petitioner's analysis of the trends on that day were wrong. Asiedu Nketia objected to this, maintaining that the analysis was done based on information presented by the first respondent, EC Chair Jane Mensah, on December 9, 2020. To this, lawyer Amenuvo insisted that Jane Mensah was right because he, Asiedu Nketia, knew the total valid votes in the election as 13,121,111 at the time she was making the declaration. Mr. Nketia, who insisted he didn't understand the question and why it was being put to him instead of the petitioner, who had stated that, said, "My lord, I don't understand why you seem to be confusing me with a petitioner. I don't understand. A statement which erupted laughter again in the courtroom. I cannot answer for the petitioner. You are asking me questions that ought to be answered by the petitioner, and I'm saying I am not the right person. I took these figures from the first respondent's declaration, and before they were declared, I couldn't have known what they were declaring, he said. Western Regional Police Command recounts how Jomoro commander killed himself. The Western Regional Police Command has expressed their regret over the demise of the Jomoro Municipal Police Commander, Superintendent McCarthy Cyprian Zenge. In a statement issued and signed by the Public Relations Officer of the Western Regional Police Command, Deputy Superintendent of Police Olivia Adiku, and copied to GhanaWeb.com, it is said that the late commander was found dead with a gunshot wound at his official residence at about 7 a.m. on Saturday, January 30th, 2021. DSP Olivia Adiku, in a statement, stated that the regional crime scene team has already visited the scene where he was found sitting in a blue chair with a gunshot wound on his forehead, with his pistol beside him on the floor and one spent ammunition under the chair. What appears to be a note written by the officer was also found at the scene. She confirmed that although preliminary investigations point to suicide, the investigation is open to unravel the true circumstances leading to the death of the officer. She also confirmed that the command has informed the late SP Zenge's family about the sad incident. The Western Regional Police Command is therefore appealing to all and sundry to be circumspect and sensitive in the reportage and commentaries as the command continues in its investigations. The mortal remains of Superintendent Cyprian Zenge has since been deposited at the Efian Kwanta Regional Hospital mortuary for preservation and autopsy. The late SP Cyprian McCarthy Zenge was posted to Jomoro Municipality as the municipal commander as in early 2017. The late DSP Zenge is from Nandom in the Upper West region and died at age 57. Now moving to other news. GMA threatens strike if government doesn't ban public gatherings. The General Secretary of the Ghana Medical Association has threatened to embark on a strike should government fail to impose restrictions on social gatherings as the surge in active COVID-19 cases persist. Dr. Justice Youngson, in an interview on Accra-based City FM on Saturday, stressed that already health facilities are on their knees. He therefore reiterated calls for rigorous measures to be implemented in order to curb the spike of the disease. The issue is very simple, and we can only advise and we can only advocate. The worst case scenario is that we put our tools down, but that might not be the solution for this pandemic because we don't control the public purse. We don't control the executive power, so we keep advising government. The medical practitioner further explained that, mind you, there are first-line government advisors, and we do our best to interact with them collectively as a group. But the ultimate sanction of a particular activity has to come from the president. So in as much as we've made the case, the best we can do is to continue to advocate that these social gatherings are banned, and if the powers do not really act in that direction, the worst case is that we will also put down our tools because we are also tired. He was categorical. Already, the association has issued a statement calling on government to place a ban on church services, funerals, and other social gatherings. GMA insisted that with the current trend where an average of 600 persons tested positive for the virus a day, a review of the imposition of restrictions is inevitable. The non-adherence to the COVID-19 preventive measures has the potential to further escalate the spread of the disease. Hence, government should impose stricter measures in the fight against the pandemic. Yes, lovely viewers, so in adding our voice to this particular story, in fact, this is so dear to me that, we all know that we are not in normal times, okay? We are in a time that even world great economies are crashing, Talk about the Americas, the Europe, the Britain and all, they are going down. In spite of all their great resources, the many, many resources they have, they are going down on their knees in front of COVID, right? And so we have to take a cue from that. As citizens coming from Africa, that is considered to be a third world country, we must, or third world continent, we must take a cue from that. But what do we have to do? We have to wash our hands with soap and the running water. We have to sanitize as often as we can. We have to always wear the nose mask whenever you are going into public, whenever you are joining the public transport, whenever you happen to be in a place where there are more than two, so that you maintain social distancing as well. And that way we can be sure that we are keeping safe, okay? Because if it strikes us like them, the Western world, I don't know how we'll survive, okay? All right, so in other news, Akufo-Addo to address Ghanaians on coronavirus amid spike. President Akufo-Addo is set to address the nation on measures his administration has taken to manage the coronavirus pandemic in Ghana. His 23rd update will be his second televised update after assuming office for a second term. The president had revealed that the country, as at January 1st, 2021, had recorded 55,220 total cases with 879 active cases, 54,005 recoveries, and 336 deaths, and 18 severely ill but no critical cases. The number has seen an increase. On the Ghana Health Service website on Sunday, as of Sunday, January 31st, 2021, it reported that 65,427 cases have been detected, with 55,236 recoveries, 4,665 active cases, with 797 new cases, and 405 deaths. According to the Ghana Health Service, there are at least 125 severe cases and 44 critically ill persons. No one is on a ventilator at the moment. Concerns are also rife for the president to give further details on the COVID-19 vaccine and when the country will receive its first supply. So taking a view at the statistics globally and locally, we have globally 103,287,143 total active cases, and then we also have, out of that, we have 74,927,059 recoveries, plus 2,232,777 deaths globally. Now coming down to Ghana, what we see is that we have a total active case of about 65,427 with 60,357 recoveries and 405 deaths recorded. Okay, so looking up on our screen, you can see the figures showing up on our screen right now. Yes, so that tells you how serious and severe the case is. The issue here is very, very serious. It's about life and death. You need to really stick to the safety protocols and make sure that you are saving a life, not only your own life, but the life of another person as well. Okay? That's how to be a good citizen of the country. And now to sports. Accra Hearts of Folk suffers a 2-0 defeat against Accra Great Olympics at the Ohinijan Sports Stadium. Now, after 22 years of not defeating their arch rivals, the Wonder Club Accra Great Olympics on Saturday, January 30th, 2021, defeated their rivals Accra Hearts of Folk in a 2-0 defeat at the Accra Sports Stadium. Gladson Awako, the skipper of Olympics, fetched his side the lead by firing home a free kick to stun the Phobians a quarter of an hour into the game. 3 minutes later, Maxwell Quay added a second to give the Olidade boys sweet victory over the Rainbow Boys. Speaking after the game, interim Great Olympics coach Yao Preko praised his side for executing his plans to perfection. He said that his players showed hunger and determination to win, and he was impressed with their performance. I am proud of the boys. You saw it. They gave everything. We planned for this game, and everything that we put in place came to light, the ex-Ghana international said in his post-match interview. The boys came to the party. We decided to hit them early, and it worked. So second half, all we needed to do was just to compact and defend the 2 goals, and exactly our plan worked for us. His counterpart, Costa Papic, said that luck eluded his side in the game. 2 big mistakes, and we conceded the 2 goals. And after that, we tried our best, but the ball doesn't want to go into the net. Football is like that sometimes, Papic told StarTimes in a post-match speech. Our viewers, this is a wonderful win for this wonderful club, right? A wonder club, they call it. Great Olympics actually promised their fans and supporters that they were going to score within 20 minutes of the match, the first 20 minutes, and so they had to be there to witness the goals for themselves. And really and truly, they delivered on their promise. They scored all 2 goals within the first 18 minutes. Can you imagine? So that's a historic one. So kudos to Great Olympics and to all your fans and supporters as well. So keep watching Ghana Premier League and let's make it great and better like we see outside, right? Now let's move to international sports news. Yes, where Thomas Partey confesses that their match against Manchester United wasn't his best. Ghana midfielder Thomas Partey has owned up for his average display for Arsenal in the goalless draw against Manchester United on Saturday. Partey joined Arsenal from Atletico Madrid in the summer and looked an exciting purchase, especially after he bossed the midfield against Manchester United in their clash at Old Trafford earlier in the season. It was, however, a different story at the Emirates Stadium on Saturday after the Ghana international appeared off colour in the first half against the Red Devils. Though his performance improved in the second stanza, Partey could not impact the game as the Gunners managed to hold the record league winners. The 27-year-old admitted after the game that he could have played better but was delighted with his side's 7-game unbeaten run in the league. Not my best game, but I'm happy to play 90 minutes and also continue with our Premier League unbeaten run. Partey has provided 1 assist in 9 league matches for the club so far in the season. Yes, so now to entertainment news. So kudos to Thomas Partey over there. He did very well. He's making Ghana proud, putting Ghana on the map. Yes. Now in entertainment, Shatta Wale fires the president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, saying that if you appoint Mark Okreku-Manteh, I will campaign against your party. Award-winning dancehall artist Shatta Wale has issued a series of stern warnings to the president of Ghana against nominating Mark Okreku-Manteh as the Deputy Minister for Tourism, Culture and Arts. There are indications that Mark Okreku-Manteh may be appointed as the Deputy Minister for the Tourism, Arts and Culture Ministry in Akufo-Addo's second term in office. But speaking in a Facebook live stream, Shatta Wale, who worked with Okreku-Manteh at the start of his music career, has kicked against the move and has asked the government not to make that mistake. To him, Okreku-Manteh is not abreast with the times, and even in the days of old, he did not have knowledge which would have helped him with the development of the industry. I swear, if I hear that Okreku-Manteh has been nominated as Deputy Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture, I would be forced to form a political party which will oppose the current government, because Mark Okreku has no knowledge which will help push the industry forward. He continued, let Mark Okreku come and tell us the kind of change he has brought to the creative art industry. All these years he's been there. He's part of mentor. And how many of those people have left music and have now left music and are doing their private businesses? If Okreku-Manteh is appointed as Deputy Minister for the Creative Arts, I will pick a form a party, and I will rise the youth to fight for what is due us, Shatta Wale says. Now viewers, another twist to this story about Shatta Wale is that Hammer of Last 2 fame has also added his voice to the conversation, and he is saying that politics has replaced Okreku-Manteh's fighter spirit with a kiss-ass spirit. Now, why is he saying that? Let's find out. Edward Nana Pokuose, known in showbiz as Hammer of the Last 2 music fame, has said that Mark Okreku-Manteh, the president of the Creative Arts Agency, who is known for fighting for entertainers, has changed since he joined the political space. According to Hammer, Mark Okreku-Manteh, who has been his longtime friend, will not bleed for the creative industry when what is bothering the industry has something to do with politics. Mark Okreku-Manteh has been rumored as having been nominated by President Akufo-Addo as Deputy Minister for Creative Arts, hence the reaction. In a post on his Facebook timeline, Hammer indicated that Mark wasn't always like this. Mark has impacted my life personally as well. Actually, the one who literally held my hand and made me start my pension with SSNIT around 2006 was none other than Mark. But politics has destroyed the fighter he was. I speak to Mark at least once or twice a month, and I've come to notice that politics does something to you. It replaces a fighter spirit with a kiss-ass spirit. As long as it's political, Mark will not bleed for the industry. We don't need that ministry. Hammer explained his position further. Last year, we went to Mark's office to get him to help put Ghana Music Rights Organization, GAMRO, in order. He had no clue that the GAMRO regime had even surpassed its tenure and were running illegalities. He was clearly out of touch. He made no attempt to get involved as he didn't want to dirty himself. He, however, advised that we keep pushing. We didn't hear Mark taking them to the cleaners. How can you disregard orders from such an office and nothing happens to you? We needed people like Mark to stand and fight on our behalf, but in recent times, Mark has come to enjoy being in everyone's good book. Mark just likes the safe zone for his political ambitions. Don't get me wrong, Mark is far from a cheat or a greedy guy. As a matter of fact, he's a distinguished gentleman. Hammer's comment follows a statement made by Shatta Wale that Mark Okraku Manteh cannot serve in the role as Deputy Minister of the Creative Art industry. All right, so lovely viewers, in view of all these and many more that is happening or cropping up in the music industry, to be precise, one would sit down and ask that, is Musiga still alive? Is the Musician Union of Ghana, that's what you call it, right? Musiga, is it still alive? Because it's okay for the government to come up with the ministry to take care of building the industry. But what is our mother union also doing? We need to also get something running so that, so far, in case there is a change of government and a new government comes into place and is not ready to continue with the previous government's work with regard to the industry or the ministry that is set up, we can still go ahead and have things running in the industry. Kind courtesy of our mother union. But it looks like Musiga has grown to become a white elephant of a sort, that we are not seeing anything done in favor of artists, and that is very bad, because the talent that musicians have is also a profession that must be harnessed to better their livelihoods and that of their families and all. So if a music man makes songs or churns out great songs and is not getting what they are supposed to get in return for all the songs that are being used and played out there and enjoyed by music lovers and stakeholders in music and all, it becomes a problem, okay? Yes, so something must be done to help support musicians financially, economically, so that they can be strong. So the solution that Face TV News and our multimedia partners, that is Ranking Family Multimedia, has come up is Greeno Music, a music app that you can download from Google Play Store, and this platform helps you to sell your music, to buy music, and also to stream your music online so that you can make some money there and then support yourself. So that's how we monetize the talents of our people. Yes, and as if that is not enough, Face TV News, you know we love you so much, so we have another initiative for this particular beautiful year that we've been ushered into, and we call that Music Business Association. This is an association where we groom artists and musicians from Ghana, of course, to become business conscious. We build them up and teach them how to market their music wares and all that, to brand themselves properly and put them in a more professional career mode. So you can keep following us on our social media handles, Face TV News at Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. You can visit our website, www.facetvnews.com. You can also follow us. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, that's Face TV Online, and you get more information. We'll update you from time to time as to how to, enjoy this beautiful gift that we are giving out. So, viewers, this is what we brought to you in our second edition. It's been Environmental Lens with me, your humble servant, Pico Shanti, the world crier, and we are still crying and crying for peace, equal rights, and justice. Make sure that you stick to the COVID-19 safety protocols. You need to be alive to keep enjoying this wonderful show. Until then, it's bye for now. Bye.